I was really looking forward to 13, the musical, not just because I love Rhea Perlman, but because I love musicals. And I'd never actually heard of this. This actually did apparently have a Broadway run, a West End run. It's done really well for itself, but it completely bypassed me. So I went into this knowing honestly nothing about it. I hadn't even heard of it until I was looking at Rhea Perlman's filmography. And while I don't think I'd ever watch it again, I might be inclined to see it on stage because the music is really great. So as a one-time watch as a film, it's pretty good. I might check it out on stage if I get the chance. I do recommend it. This was released in 2020. It's directed by Tamra Davis, and the screenplay is written by Robert Horn, and we have Eli Golde as Evan. We also have Gabriella Uhl as Patrice. Patrice is absolutely my favourite character. We also have Josh Peck, Debra Messing. Rhea Perlman, of course, plays Ruth, who is Evan's grandmother. And the story is all about Evan, who actually is going through quite a lot. His parents are separating. He has to move from New York City to Indiana, a small town in Indiana. And he's about to turn 13, and he's planning his bar mitzvah. That's a lot going on in a 12, almost 13-year-old's life. And the film is basically about him dealing with all of this and trying to come to terms with everything. A lot of it is also about the fact that, well, first of all, he makes friends with Patrice, who is absolutely fabulous. I just love her. And she's not one of the cool kids, to put it simply. And when Evan goes to this new school, he's inclined to converse with the cool kids, maybe trying to get in with the cool crowd, not necessarily because he wants to be cool, but because he has an interest in them. And that might sound strange, but it makes sense within the context of the film, and I feel like that's an extra layer for him to deal with about where his friendships really lie, what should really be important to him. And then, of course, you throw in the fact that he's completely moved to a different location, his parents are getting a divorce, he's trying to work out the best approach for his bar mitzvah. Part of him wants to have this huge party with all of the cool kids, but Patrice is kind of trying to tell him that this might not be a great idea. He suggests to Patrice that he has this big bar mitzvah, and then he just has a party with him and Patrice, which doesn't go down well as a suggestion. And, of course, throughout this, we have some fabulous music. The music from the musical is by Christopher Linette, and some of the songs are maybe not the most engaging, but in general, I really thoroughly enjoyed them, and I'll talk about some personal highlights in a moment. The vocal performances are fantastic, bearing in mind the majority of the cast are under 16, definitely under 18, and the performances are just sensational. The choreography is brilliant, and as I said, even though I might not watch the film again, I mean, maybe eventually I might, but I am kind of considering looking out for it if it's ever on stage again, or if it's ever on stage near me, because the music is really brilliant. And yes, some songs are more engaging than others. Personal highlights would include 13, The Lamest Place in the World, and I liked Brand New You, and honestly, I liked all of them. Some of them were definitely stronger than others. According to Wikipedia, a couple of the songs were actually written for the film. I don't know if there are songs in the stage version that aren't in the film. If anybody knows that, please feel free to let me know. I'm sure I could find out on Wikipedia. But in general, whether they're songs missing or new songs, I really thoroughly enjoyed the musical aspect. The performances are brilliant. The characters are very well written. The narrative is quite intense. There's a lot going on, which I think is kind of the point, to show that Evan has all of these things to deal with. And as I said, my personal favourite is Patrice. She's just, I love her. I think maybe quite relatable. Really enjoyed that character. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you're into musicals. If you're not a musicals fan, this probably won't work for you. It very much is a musicals musical. And I say that because there are some musicals where it's maybe not over the top dramatic and the musical element kind of is in the background. It's just there every now and then. This definitely feels like a stage production turned into a film, and I absolutely love that. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad that Rhea Perlman gave me a reason to watch this. She's great in it, by the way. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Might watch it again eventually, not sure, but we'll definitely keep an eye out for the musical on stage. 30 the Musical is one that I really enjoyed, and if it appeals to you, then I am very happy to recommend it.